welcome to Retrovos. Great to be in your company. And I'm going to start by asking you to introduce yourself to the wider audience and ask if you can give me a wee bit of context to your role with the Foundation.
Right, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. My name's Paul Wilson. I'm the General Manager of Retrovos Community Foundation. I started a month ago to today, so it's been a great first month. We've been around meeting loads of the staff. We've got a lot of casual coaches. We've got a great team of core staff. We've also been meeting people from the football club and getting out into the community to meet some schools and some new partners and some existing partners.
Busy time.
It has been. It's been exciting. It's been great. There's a lot going on. We are coming to the end of our term of football, so we're on the academic year. So we've got football sessions for people as young as 18 months all the way up to our walking footballers. So it's all go. It's all go.
At risk of sounding like I'm someone from your interview panel, tell me about your professional experience and tell us about what skills you bring to this post.
Sure. So for nearly the last 5 years I worked with Dundee United Community Trust. I was the head of community development there. So we built a programme of various projects for people as young as 18 months all the way up to, I think our oldest participant was in their late 80s, and everything in between. So football was the key to get people on board, but we also grew into other avenues. We had a para sports club that we believe was the largest in Scotland. We won multiple awards for it, and we engaged over 200 people every single week with a disability or additional support need. We supported our community in a variety of ways. We put on breakfast clubs and after school clubs to support with food poverty. We supported local primary schools with curricular work. So we would use various assets that the football club has to work on numeracy and literacy within that environment. We would also support with sport for school. So the benefits of taking part in sport are widely publicised, but getting pupils out and getting them active saw a real benefit in their classroom behaviours too.
Paul, you mentioned your time at Dundee United. It sounds incredibly rewarding part of your career. What is it that lures you over the Tay Bridge to Kirkcaldy?
Retrovos is a massive club, and Paul, Greg before me has built a great foundation, and there's a great base to work from. Having the opportunity to come in and lead a charity that's already established is really exciting. I believe that we can take it to the next level, support more people in the community, and ultimately be there to address the needs of the community. If the pandemic's taught us anything, we might have a plan, but we also need to be ready to divert from that plan to address the needs at that given time.
Well, what do you think the strengths are of the Retrovos Foundation in terms of you've been through this induction period? What's grabbing your attention?
People only talk highly of it. People speak really fondly of everything that we do, be it the football side of things for kids to come and get a kick about and learn to love the game, to reminiscing Raith, run by John Greer, which is I saw for myself last week. It was brilliant. David Summers, the former referee, was up, and the stories he was telling were so engaging and everybody in the room was loving it. There's also another element to the projects that we do for adults. It's not just come along, listen to the speaker. There's the social element at the end of it, where we'll put on some teas, some coffees, we'll put soup sandwiches on, and there's a real wraparound feel to it rather than just the activity that people come along to.
The days of football clubs only existing for the Saturday, the Wednesday, the Tuesday, the first team action, and then the bolts go in the door are kind of thankfully long gone. What is it about the football environment that makes it such a kind of rich place to be for community development aspects of your professional foundation?
It's the national sport. The majority of people love football. We get the great opportunity to be in the non-tribal side of football, where we can go in and make an impact, be it to Raith Rovers fans or Dunfermline fans or Rangers or Celtic or whoever they may support. We have that unique opportunity to go in and change lives using the power of football, and in this instance using the badge and brand of Raith Rovers too.
Is it naive to think that it's only football fans that should be looking to engage in what you do?
Not at all, not at all. We're open to everybody. Our football fans and training programme supports people lead healthy lifestyles, make small changes that make big differences. You don't need to be a football fan to come along and feel the benefits of that. Reminiscing Raith, as much as it's people talking about their experiences in football, there's a social element too, where people can come along, they can feel valued, they can make new friendships, and they can also get somewhere warm to have a tea, a coffee, and some lunch provided by us as well.
Raith Rovers Community Foundation is separate to the football club, as you say, as a charity. Can you tell us a wee bit about the kind of history and the kind of format by which you run?
Yeah, so we are an independent charity regulated by Oscar, and we are governed by a board of trustees. So our chair, Judy Hamilton, is a local councillor, and there are a variety of trustees that bring various different professions and skill sets that allow us to exist, be governed properly, and be best placed to serve the needs of the community.
Tell us a wee bit more about some of the projects that are currently running, some of the things that have run in the recent past that you'll want to revisit, and tell us a wee bit about your team. How big a team have you got?
Yeah, so we've got 2 full-time staff members and 1 part-time staff member that are contracted. So JJ Henderson is our football development manager, Callum Byers is our full-time football development officer, and Cameron Evans is our part-time football development officer. I must say, in my first month in the role, without these guys, I don't know where I'd be. They've kept me on the right path. They've introduced me to everybody, and they've made me feel really welcome. So I guess I owe my thanks to them for that. We deliver a lot on the football side. So we have sessions 7 days a week. We offer sessions for people to get involved and build a love for football, all the way through to some advanced sessions for players who need that extra challenge. We have a walk-in football group who football's the tool and the hook to get them in, but there's that social element as well as the physical and mental well-being side of it. Reminiscing Raith, I've spoke about at length, and having only seen it once, I love it. It's a fantastic project. John and the team do great work with it, and we do a walk and talk group as well. So we don't necessarily put much into it, we facilitate it, but ultimately we want to empower the people that come along to it, where they're getting out of the house, they're getting themselves active, and we can hopefully just keep being that provider. And again, there's the wraparound support to it too, with a tea, a coffee and a natter at the end of it.
What's on your current to-do list, and if I can be so bold, what's your most aspirational target?
On my to-do list, I want to get around as many schools as possible before the end of the term. I want us to be embedded within the schools, be it as little as an after-school club, but they know that Raith Rovers are there to service that, or to the stage where we've got school support officers, so full-time staff members in place at schools across the region. Within that, we want to be able to provide various types of support. So we can provide lunch clubs where sport is the key for physical activity, or we can provide some scribing support to some pupils. We want to use different parts of the football club that, like I mentioned before, can improve numeracy and literacy, but also to improve leadership skills, communication skills, build pupils' resilience, and also set them apart from the rest of people when they are looking at building their CV for getting jobs or for going to college or university. We want to be able to provide meaningful work placements that stand out on their applications.
Strikes me that age is no barrier either, so we're talking across the board. I've seen the tiny wee kickers teams out there, and as just mentioned with the walk and talk group, some of the older adults that are in and around the club are feeling that it's a vibrant place again. Any limitations in terms of engaging with the foundation, and indeed how do people reach out to you? Where's the information, where's the contact, where's the timetable? Yeah,
so we use an external booking system called Class for Kids, where people can book their children into the sports sessions that we do. We don't have a website currently. It's something that I'm keen to develop, so we can show that we are more than football, that we do loads of different things in the community, and we are open to people of all ages and abilities. One of the things I'm really keen that we explore, and I've already met with Scottish Disability Sport, is becoming fully inclusive and living and breathing a para-sports section, where it's not just football. We may offer boccia, or we may offer other sports where people with additional support needs can feel at home, can feel welcome and can feel valued.
And is there a network of football club foundations that meet regularly, that share good practice? Is there such a forum that exists?
I believe there is, yeah. The SPFL Trust, everybody with all football clubs with a community trust or a foundation will feed into the SPFL Trust at some point, so they support with the Football Fans and Training Programme and the Kick Off Your Career Programme, which is a programme that supports 16 to 24 year olds who are unemployed gain key skills and qualifications and experience with a view to getting them employment at the end of it. So there are regular conferences and networking events where people can come together and share best practice. The foundation is also part of the EFDN, which is a European networking organisation that pulls clubs and trusts and foundations from across Europe together and holds annual conferences. So we've attended those before. I'm keen to see what they look like going forward and how we can bring best practice from across the continent to Kirkcaldy.
Best practice from the continent to Kirkcaldy. There's your tagline for your new website. It's an incredibly exciting time here as we can embrace a kind of new set of changes, and the physical environment is literally changing as round about us as we sit here. What new opportunities might these changes bring to the foundation in terms of partnership working?
It's really exciting. There's change is always good. I firmly believe that, and I've got some dates in the diary to meet with the new owners, with John Sim as well, and with the new team that's in place to see how the football club can become closer, or how the foundation can get closer to the football club, and really both of us support the community together.
In terms of pathway planning, is it an aspiration that over the course of time we'll see this kind of working through from the toddlers that I mentioned all the way up to young adolescents through towards the first team, and an aspiration to see women's football return at a competitive level at Starks Park as well?
That's a dream. We would love to have somebody come in, have their first kick at football with the foundation, and be out on Starks Park playing for Raith Rovers, be it the men's team or the women's team. But I want the foundation to be more than just football. I want it to be that people can come and have a chat with us, and we can signpost if they are feeling the effects of poverty, if they are struggling with their mental health, or if they want to come and have a kick about and a cup of tea. We want to be more than just that football and Saturday game against an opponent. We want to be all encompassing from that front.
It's not difficult to see the level of excitement you've got about your new post. It's quite infectious. If there's anything RaithTV can do across the coming months to showcase what you're all about, then you know where we are. We wish you every success.
Brilliant, thank you, and thanks for all your support so far.